George trade to Oklahoma City.
I will say that Indiana could have done better than they did.
Well, there you have it. When you're ready to experience a better way to sell or trade in your car, check out TrueCar.com/trade today. Red Sox lead the Mariners 4-0 heading to the bottom of the eighth inning. Chris Sale struck out 11 in 7 innings of work. Yanks dropped the Reds 9-5. Rays over the O's 5-1. Arizona right now taking it to Atlanta 7-2 at the end of 6. And the Jets claimed wide receiver Lucky Whitehead off waivers from.
It's time for Clemson Sports Talk with Lawton Swan.
Ready, set, just call me Swanee.
Tiger style. Tiger style.
Finally, Clemson Sports Talk has come back to Columbia. Hello, everybody. Lawton Swan back at it once again. 316 Greystone Boulevard. Fast-paced, action-packed. Hurry up, no huddle sports talk program before your Fox Sports Radio 1400 in the Midlands. Heard around the world on the iHeart radio application. Download today. It's free. The Clemson Sports Talk app, also free. Thoughts, opinions, polls, questions. Don't cost you a dime here on the show that shakes the Southland. 803-97. Scratch that. I'll probably give the phone number out 17 times today. We have no phone lines. You could text us 803-450-0086. 803-450-0086. You can also hit us up via Twitter at Clemson Sports, at CST Show, at Lowell the Intern, and in studio with us, Clemson Sports Talk senior writer Zach Lentz. He's at Zach Lentz CST. But I send it over to the outrageous Rudy Was Offsides t-shirted up Lowell the Intern once again. Lowell, my man, what's going on?
Bada boom. Realest champs in the room. How you doing?
Still trying to figure out these phone lines, dude. What'd you do to him yesterday?
I'm telling you, it was the poltergeist, and this is your fault.
I'll take the heat on that one. Zach Lentz, though, a part of the program today as well. We spent a little time over at Watch Fox 57, Solid Orange, with our good friend Courtney Coco King, as I like to call her.
I'm gonna kill you one day.
She will not allow me to call her Coco King.
She kind of, I don't know. I look at it as a symbol of affection.
Well, my wife could be listening. I look at it as a great nickname for a girl named Courtney.
Yeah, well, I mean, affection. It's a good. Right. It's a family kind of thing.
Yes.
Like I don't know. Like
right.
she enjoys calling me a certain famous person.
Nick Jonas.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick Jonas.
Yeah.
Oh, what you got to say?
Is this the first time you've heard this?
Lowell, what do you got to say about it?
No, this is the first time I've heard this, and I'm fascinated. Now I have to go look up a picture.
Okay, hey, hang on.
Okay,
I'm gonna steal the lead because I got to fill Lowell in. I've got to fill Lowell in.
Well, I can see it. I can see it.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm actually a long-lost Jonas. I'm adopted, and so I'm a long-lost Jonas. So if you're hearing this for the first time, Jonas Brothers, you owe me.
Yeah, of all the Jonases, you were the one that got adopted and didn't become the multimillionaire. Right. That's just your luck.
Unfortunately, I don't think the Jonas Brothers are a thing anymore. So
well, they're certainly a thing.
Are they not?
No, they
died?
No, they just broke up as a band in 2013.
Are they? Hold on.
What?
Stop.
My world is. I'm at a loss.
It's been 5 years.
No, that's not my.
4
they're
years.
Brothers, Lowell. You can't break up with your brothers.
Well,
this is not.
Tell that to their Wikipedia
That's like
page.
Hanson breaking up.
Right.
Tell that to their Wikipedia page.
I mean, no.
This is not the Beatles. These are not three people from different families. The Jonas Brothers still exist, Lowell.
Okay.
Do you have
the band does not. The people do. The band does not.
Thank you, Lowell, for the clarification. You had us all concerned here. But doesn't he look like Nick Jonas? Isn't it crazy?
He does. I can see it. Yeah.
That's
So he
right.
gets that all
Y'all
the
can
time.
y'all can all come to my benefit concert benefiting the ClemsonSportsTalk.com family.
I like where this is going.
September 42nd,
September 4th.
2018.
Zach Lentz here on Twitter at Zach Lentz CST. Lowell the intern still admiring pictures of Nick Jonas on his computer today. Phone lines down, text line up. Get up with us on Twitter at Clemson Sports. All right, there's so much to get into. I don't know where to begin. We've got DeCarrion Joyner to dive into later on in the day. Thank you, DeCarrion, for delivering some content for sports talk radio shows in America on a day where otherwise there might not be much left. Thank you to Paul Feinbaum for helping us out earlier this week.
Hugh Freeze. Can't forget Hugh Freeze.
Oh, Hugh Freeze. Who you gonna call? Hugh Freeze. No, I don't think he wants to go with that as his little moniker. But
Phone Busters.
it was somebody got busted. That's for sure. And still yesterday to find out that was a Mississippi State fan that actually did
Isn't
the
that
digging.
fantastic? It's really similar to. Well, actually, it's not, because the NC State North Carolina scandal. NC State fans were digging for dirt on North Carolina. This is a Mississippi State fan who just happened to come across a phone number.
It's a great point, and it's one that, again, is unique because the modern day and age, and this is something we talked about yesterday, modern technology has allowed people the ability to look things like that up. 30 years ago, to find out what phone numbers those were going to, you would have had to call every single one of those until you got one that was like, hello, whatever escort service, how can we help you? What? Now you just go to your Google machine, punch it in, and get your hands on all the information. But we begin tonight's program with an interesting tweet from Blair Sanderson. Now you're wondering, who is Blair Sanderson? Blair Sanderson covers the Iowa Hawkeyes for their Rivals Network. Can I ask one quick question? In your honest opinion, gentlemen in the room, Blair Sanderson, male or female?
Honestly, it doesn't sound like a real person. It sounds like a fake Twitter account.
Blair Sanderson?
Doesn't sound real.
The person works for Rivals. They just say, I cover it.
I'm not saying he or she is not real. I'm just saying it doesn't sound real.
If you had to guess, Blair, boy or girl?
I think everybody in America is going girl, but
I'm going male.
I go girl.
Great. Now you guys have just put me back where I started, not knowing which way to lean on this, because I tend to believe Blair is a female name, but there are males named Blair out there.
Yeah.
And this is a person covering sports, and I don't want to sound like that females, obviously we just did a great segment about Courtney King earlier. Females cover sports. Blair Sanderson sounds like a girl to me.
Well, I'll do some digging and I'll find out.
Blair Thomas was a running back in the day for Penn State. Am I wrong on that, Zach Lentz? Blair Thomas?
You've got it. I mean, I don't know. I have a feeling we're treading down a path.
I just wish Blair had a photo. Like this is the equivalent of when somebody tries to friend me on Facebook and they have a picture of their kids. And I'm like, yeah. I may or may not know you, but I certainly don't know your kids.
Or on Twitter when you get followed by the dreaded, just little blue circle where someone hasn't put.
It used to be an egg. Now it's a head. It's a funny shape.
Yeah. I mean, so it always gets you a little bit worried when you see.
Yeah. This person hasn't figured out how to change their avatar yet. Concern.
Yeah.
They're already following people and they haven't updated. Lowell, what have you dug up on Blair Sanderson?
Not much yet. I cannot find a picture of him. Or her.
Or her.
Or her. Him or her.
Okay.
It.
So Blair Sanderson. I remember that was a great skit with back in the day on Saturday Night Live with It's Pat.
Yep.
That was fantastic. All right, so Power 5 schools, class of 2008 offers Iowa State has the most out with 388 offers. That's a lot.
I feel like they're doing the Oprah Winfrey, you get an offer, you get an offer, you get an offer.
Well, that's the approach Hugh Freeze took at Ole Miss.
Yep.
Now, to give you an idea of just how many more offers Iowa State has given than other schools in the country, the 7th highest team is at 288. So, between 7 and 1, there are 100 additional offers that have been given out. Between 1 and 2, there are nearly 50 additional offers. So, Iowa State, leader in the clubhouse in terms of offers that are out there.
Well, I mean, you got to think. If you're Iowa State, do you not just offer everybody? I mean, they probably got offers to Trevor Lawrence, Xavier Thomas.
Sure.
I mean, they're going, shoot, yeah, we're going to offer everybody because we might luck up and get one.
Well, look, they're in the middle of the country. Their pipeline goes every direction. Here at Clemson, your pipeline can't go to the east much further. You're out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so.
I don't know. I heard there's a star recruit from the Bahamas.
Well, if there is, Dabo Swinney would find him. I can assure you of that. But when you look down that list and you see schools giving out lots of offers, South Carolina fans, by the way, peeking over the fence here at Clemson Sports Talk tonight, you're 19th on the list with 221 offers
you
given.
Get an offer.
Alabama comes in at 22nd, tied along the likes of Michigan and Maryland. By the way, I didn't realize Maryland was still playing football. 215 offers out. You move further down the list, your first school in America with under 100 offers given out is at 59th. This is out of 65 teams, by the way, Power 5 schools. 59th, Kansas State has given out 99 offers. If Kansas State has given out an offer in the past 24 hours, they are now at 100, and that would place Texas A&M, who is 60th on this list, as the first group without 100 offers on the board at 92. Just behind them, the Clemson Tigers at 90. Texas at 87. Washington at 69. Northwestern has given out 68. And Stanford has given out 32 scholarship offers to players. Couple of things. One, every year when the New York Times puts out their college football wins by comparison of academic progress rate, APR, and all that, I think it's the New York Times that does that. Stanford and Clemson for the past 3 or 4 years have been in the upper right quadrant all alone. When you talk about wins on the football field and the academic performance in the classroom for these young men, Clemson and Stanford have outperformed every major program in college football. But in response to, do we know male or female Blair Sanderson yet, Lowell? How are we doing?
Still digging. This is a tough one.
But
I don't find something.
In response to Blair Sanderson's tweet, Clemson co-offensive coordinator Jeff Scott tweeted out, "It means something when you get an offer from Clemson. Hashtag all in." Again, schools out there with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, nearly 400 offers from Iowa State.
How about number 2?
Louisville gives out 340 offers, but they're still 48 behind. Yeah. I mean, that's a big jump.
Well, I mean, just imagine, the difference in 90 offers.
Right.
And 340 offers between your 2 ACC programs. That is an enormous number. I mean, I'm in shock. I don't know how anybody would keep up with that. But here's the thing. Was Jeff Scott, throwing some shade toward these other teams like a South Carolina, like a Louisville,
sure,
basically every other ACC team, and saying, look, to the recruits that are considering these programs, going, you know what? When we offer you, we're only offering the elite. And I think that also plays a factor into the status of this program right now. that they believe that they don't have to offer every kid because the program is at that elite of a level that they can be a lot more picky.
5 of the 10 highest in the Power 5 are SEC schools, including Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Georgia. Those teams, all 5 of those inside the top 5. Or excuse me, inside the top 10. Number 1, Iowa State with 388. Louisville, who Zach mentioned, 340, followed by Rutgers at 325. Your first Atlantic Coast Conference school, Syracuse, sitting there at 323. I'm with you, Zach. I don't know how you manage 388 offers, and I don't know what in the world you do when they start coming in.
I don't know. Well, and this is where the recruiting atmosphere has gotten a little bit crazy, and it's why you saw the SEC kind of clamp down on schools like Alabama, who were notorious for oversigning players. It's because it's gotten ridiculous, the number of offers they're giving out. But, you know, the SEC finally stepped up and said, look, you cannot oversign the way Alabama was doing. Alabama was the worst at it. Out of every team in the country, they were the absolute worst at oversigning kids. And basically what oversigning is say you've got 200 and something offers out there. Well, you know that your class, you can only take 20 kids, but you allow 25 to sign. And then what ends up happening is they go back and they go, all right, well, we got 2 quarterbacks that signed with us. One's a 5-star kid, one's a 4-star kid. So we're going to tell the 4-star kid, I'm sorry, we don't have room for you. And now he's signed a letter of intent, which means if he was to transfer, he still has to sit out a year.
Looking at it, 11 of the top 20 most Power 5 offers given out to players are from the SEC. And the 14 SEC members rank inside the top 44 with Arkansas, who has the least in the SEC, with 164 offers out there. If you're wondering about some other rivals that Clemson takes on in conference, Florida State is at 51st with 140 offers. Not bad, but again, of the entire 65, only 6 schools with less than 100 offers out there. And I don't think that 100 offers is really an unreasonable amount when you think about, you mentioned it, Zach, the recruiting class size typically falling somewhere between, say, 22 and maybe 27 on the high end. Kind of depends on where you are in terms of attrition and guys leaving. But that's always kind of the vibe I look at. I mean, you have your smaller classes, and Clemson's had their smaller ones, and sometimes that becomes a little cyclical, but nonetheless, I always kind of picture a class of being about 22, 23 guys. That's not unreasonable to think that you've got your tentacles out there into 100 homes. You've got, coaching staffs have grown, obviously, but how in the world you get a chance to, at 388, I mean, this is throwing darts at a board in the dark, just hoping that you hit the bullseye every once in a while. With what Clemson has done, with what Texas A&M has done, with what Texas is doing, you've not only minimized your targets, you've maximized your opportunity to make that player feel more valuable.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's what I think Jeff Scott was getting at. It means something. When the Clemson Tigers go into a home and they say, you know what, we want to offer you a scholarship, you know that you're in a very select group. You are one of the top players in the nation. And so I think that means something.
Zach Lentz on Twitter, at Zach Lentz CST. Phone lines down. Text us, 803-450-0086. We'd love to hear from you and get your thoughts on this topic. Stay with us.
Are you ready? The iHeart Radio Music Festival Capital One cardholder presale is on. Cardholders get access to tickets right now. Tickets on sale to the general public this Friday at 1 p.m. Go to iHeartRadio.com/Capital One before they sell out.
Love it raw? For the freshest sushi in town, Sakatumi Grill and Sushi Bar, 807 Gervais Street in the Vista. Sakatumi's flavorful grill for non-sushi fans features the Kobe burger, filet and lobster, chicken hibachi, and more. Fresh sushi, flavorful grill, Sakatumi Grill and Sushi Bar, SakiFresh.com.
Looking to get away without having to spend a whole day traveling to your destination? Ocean Reef Resort offers 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom accommodations with the comforts of home and boasts the best oceanfront views. Swim in their sparkling indoor and outdoor pools, relax in their hot tubs, try out the Adventure Oasis pool with adult-sized water slide, or just float down the 250-foot lazy river. Visit us at oceanreefmyrtlebeach.com or call us at 1-866-935-0530 to learn more.
Our customers receive the best heating and air conditioning service in South Carolina. Hi, I'm Tim Mosley, and I can make that statement because that's what our customers tell us every day. We call it quality confirmed. Call us at 803-233-7172, and we'll call you when the job is done to confirm we met your expectations. That's quality confirmed. We're Carolina Conditions, and we're committed to meeting your expectations. 803-233-7172. Call us at 803-233-7172.
Hey guys, Lawton Swan here. I was hanging out in the backyard with my son Mason the other day, and he said, "Dad, you're the best father ever." I was like, "What makes you say that, son?" He said, "When I go outside to play now, I don't get eaten up by the bugs anymore." Imagine that, me, a hero, when all I did was just a couple of weeks ago call Trey Powell at Mosquito Joe with their routine service plan. No more bugs and no more bites. Make yourself the family hero. Call Mosquito Joe today, 803-223-7916. Outside is fun again.
I'm KFC's Extra Crispy Colonel, and you're the extra busy regular person who has to make dinner for a family of 4. But you can shirk that responsibility because my Extra Crispy $20 fill-up from KFC contains 8 pieces of freshly double-breaded extra crispy chicken, 4 biscuits, 2 orders of mashed potatoes, and a side of coleslaw for just $20. That'll feed them. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
Pricing and participation may vary. Tax and substitutions extra.
Welcome back to Clemson Sports Talk, your iHeart Radio home for the Clemson Tigers, winners of the 2017 National Championship game.
Clemson Sports Talk, Lawton Swan, Lowell the intern, senior writer for ClemsonSportsTalk.com. Zach Lentz, by the way, big changes coming to our website down the road. Keep your eyes on that. Got a lot going on there.
Big doesn't describe
big
change.
Big. I thought you were saying don't tell the people.
No.
Like, we've been telling them about the CS takeover for a while now.
No. Big. This is huge change.
Is that accurate, Lowell? Would you call it huge?
I would call it huge.
Huge. Less H on that one?
Yeah, huge.
All right, guys, listen. We've talked about the Power 5 schools and the amount of offers that have been given out. Again, I don't know that there's a right or wrong number to give out. I mean, I really don't. Like, I would tell you, I believe Stanford's giving out too few. 32 offers seems like a very small amount.
It's a small window if you miss.
Well, and they also, did you hear the comment he said the other day where they asked David Shaw about, why doesn't he give more offers out in the SEC and in the SEC territory? And he said, why would I give out offers to kids that can't get into school? That's not verbatim.
Oh no.
Lowell, get the quote so everybody can hear what David Shaw had to say.
Well, I'm kind of leaning more toward Iowa State. You kind of feel for them and stuff. If it was me, I'd draw the line at 400. Once they go over 400, that's ridiculous.
Well, I've always said the Iowa State model for me would be the Clemson basketball model, and that is I would offer every 5-star kid in the country.
Yep.
I would go and I'd say, all right, scout, rivals, whomever you look at for your 5-star coverage of
Clemson sports.
Well, I know who you look for that. That's Clemson Sports Talk. But in terms of ratings, whoever's rating system you really believe in, and I would go, okay, I'm offering that entire. I would call. I tell my coach, call every guy on that list. Well, sir, this kid may or may not be real. Well, we're going to offer him. Blair Sanderson. We're signing him up for recruiting coverage here at Clemson Sports Talk. He may or she may not be real. We're not sure.
I just want to confirm to everybody, I have not received an offer from Iowa State. So I'm feeling a little bit.
Do you have any eligibility left?
Well, that could be a problem. But.
If you had eligibility, they may have offered you. Lowell, did you receive an offer from Iowa State?
It's not a committable one. It's not a committable offer.
It's a gray shirt. It's a gray shirt at this point.
Right.
You got to kind of take it all in.
It's not a committable offer.
All right, so, ooh.
Uh-oh, breaking news here in studio.
Ooh, just got a message from the Bleacher Report. ESPN's 30 for 30 on. Woo! The Nature Boy Ric Flair's getting primed and ready to go. When you see the Nate walk into the ring, Lowell, check that out. When you see the Nate walk into the ring, that's what I'm all about. Zach, you're not a big wrestling guy.
No,
Ric Flair's 30 for 30 to officially debut November the 7th. Mark your calendars.
I like it back, give me the early 80s.
Well, this is going to be there.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, give me the early 80s. Give me some Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Right.
Give me some Road Warriors.
Oh,
there you go.
By the way, Hacksaw lives right up the road in whatever little town is. Lowell, you live up on the northeast. What's the little town just past Northeast Columbia up that way? Little community. It's not a big.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my!
But I mean, give me the WWF.
Yeah, the old school.
When I would wake up on Saturday morning and watch my cartoons,
right?
Eat my Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah. You watched Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling?
Yes.
The old cartoon?
Yes. Give me that. Give me some Thundercats.
Lugoff. I think he lives in Lugoff, Lowell. Hacksaw.
A little Thundercats, then some WWF on Saturday morning.
Thundercats underrated, by the way. Do you even?
I know the Thundercats. I do.
See, that's the thing about Lowell.
I do know the Thundercats.
Like, although Lowell looks like he's been alive for many, many years, he's still just a. He's just a.
In the same clothes.
Yeah, he's just a young guy. He's just a young guy.
A young buck.
803-978-1832, 803. Lowell, were you able to find that quote from David Shaw in its entirety for our
Well, I
listeners
found
here?
one pertaining to why he doesn't hold satellite camps in SEC territory.
That's the one.
Says, I'm great with whatever college football says because it doesn't affect us. It doesn't make sense for us to go hold a camp someplace where there might be one person in the entire state that's eligible to get into Stanford. Now, it's blunt,
yeah,
but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Stanford's hard to get into.
Exactly. I mean, I don't see a problem with that because you know what? Chances are it's true. I mean, if he came to South Carolina looking to Zach Lentz back in the late 90s, he'd probably go, nope, sorry, you're not going to cut it.
What's funny is the way it's phrased, it sounds as if he believes in the entire state there may only be one person who could get into Stanford. And I'm talking about every person in the state, from those people that are, in the state government to the people who are doctors and lawyers. Read it again. Doesn't it sound like that?
Right. It doesn't make sense for us to go hold a camp someplace where there might be one person in the entire state that's eligible to get into
There's
Stanford.
only one person in the state of Alabama that could possibly be eligible to ever get into Stanford. That's the way it sounds. But I guess he's talking about it in terms of football. I would like to look at their roster. It kind of intrigues me with just 32 offers out there where the majority of their players are from. I'm assuming they must stay a lot on the West Coast, out in California, and find players like that. I would assume they've got some guys potentially from maybe New Jersey if they're going across the country. I mean, I just don't have any idea.
Because New Jersey's filled with, like, PhD guys that South Carolina couldn't.
Well, guys that were thinking about going to Princeton but have decided they want to play a little bit bigger football.
All right, let's see. We've got California,
okay,
Texas, Louisiana.
Hey, that's in SEC territory.
Yes, it is. Maryland, Louisiana, California, Washington, California, Ohio, Louisiana, New Jersey, Jacksonville, Florida.
I told you New Jersey would be
Utah.
There. Smart guys in New Jersey. Like Uncle
see,
Kevin.
New Jersey, California, Louisiana. I mean, apparently they do a lot of recruiting in Louisiana. Duluth, Georgia.
Yeah.
So apparently what they did is they went into Georgia and got the one kid that could.
The one kid that
could
qualify to get into Stanford. I did kind of think, man, that's a little bit of a shot there. But then you look at it, 32. Oh. I mean, if we're going to talk about the fact that Iowa State is at 388 and that's 48 higher than Louisville, we should at least acknowledge that Stanford with 32 offers is 36 offers less than the next to the next to the least amount of scholarship offers given out, Northwestern, with 68.
Well, you know what? Just looking through their roster, I'm not even through their quarterbacks here, and I've already found 2 Georgias, a South Carolina. So I'm thinking maybe he could have, maybe eaten his words a little bit there.
Well, he may have, and he may get a chance to eat his words if he gets on the field with a team from the SEC, as that seemingly was a shot at the Southeastern Conference. Coming up here in the next segment on Clemson Sports Talk, it is closing in on the talking season, that's for sure. Of course, the ACC kickoff was underway a couple of weeks ago, and we heard from Coach Dabo Swinney, and we spoke with Bobby Petrino, on and on. But now we turn our attention towards the college football season. But because of social media, players still have a chance to have a bit of an open microphone, or perhaps you might call it an open keyboard. We'll update you on what one of the top players in the 2018 class in the state of South Carolina had to say about his future as a quarterback in the rivalry between the Tigers and the Gamecocks right after this.
Hi, I'm Alicia Kaufman-Quinton. My daddy, Billy Kaufman, opened Kaufman's Meat Plant at our present location in 1955. My family still works hard every day to ensure fresh quality cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. How about a tasty T-bone, ribeye, or New York strip steak? But to order at Kaufman's Meat Place. Just look for the signs near the intersection of US 1 and I-20 in Lexington. Call us at 356-0076 to place your order. Kaufman's Meat Place, when you want the very best your money can buy.
Have you been thinking about sprucing up your yard, debating between pine straw or mulch? Call my friends at Carolina Turfgrass to get your yard looking as great as mine right now. I chose to go with pine straw this year, and it looks incredible. Carolina Turfgrass is conveniently located at 5400 Augusta Road in Lexington, and if you need your order delivered, they can take care of that too. In addition, Carolina Turfgrass carries a wide variety of turfs, including Centipede and Bermuda. For unmatched quality and service, call Carolina Turfgrass, 446-6525. Look for Carolina Turfgrass on Highway 1 in Lexington.
Do you want a pharmacy that treats you like a person and not just a number? Then let Craig and Lori at Southlake Drug show you what a pharmacy should be. Fast, friendly, and professional. Southlake Drug can transfer your prescriptions and take the hassle out of getting your medicine and getting you on your way. Southlake Drug takes all major insurance programs, including Medicare, Medicaid, and state employees, and they provide immunization services, including flu shots with no wait and no appointment. Southlake Drug, 1856 Southlake Drive in the Food Line Shopping Center, 399-7701, or southlakedrug.com.
When a stroke happens, every second counts. So don't drive and call 911 to get to the emergency department as soon as possible. At Lexington Medical Center, we're pleased to serve our community. As a certified primary stroke center, our acute stroke team rapidly evaluates patients and provides them with the fastest treatment possible. This specialized care limits the chance of brain damage and gives stroke patients a better chance of full recovery. Act quickly at the first sign of a stroke and count on the Stroke Center at Lexington Medical Center to provide you with the best possible care.
From Two Men and a Truck, movers who care, the scattered showers will wind down overnight. The temperatures will dip down to the mid-70s. Tomorrow, a mix of clouds and sun, and the afternoon highs will be in the low 90s. For Channel 25, ABC Columbia, I'm Chief Meteorologist John Farley.
This report brought to you by CEI Transport at 844-HAUL-CEI. CEI is hiring Class A CDL drivers with 2 years experience. $1,500 sign-on bonus. Home every night. Full benefits with bonuses, 401k, and health insurance. Call now, 844-HAUL-CEI. That's 844-HAUL-CEI.
iHeartRadio wants nothing more than to bring you closer to your favorite artists.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
So we've updated the iHeartRadio app. No, it's an upgrade. All your favorite music and stations, easier to find. Getting you closer to the music you love with just a tap.
This is Taylor Momsen from The Pretty Reckless, and this is iHeartRadio.
All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free. Download and open the new iHeartRadio app today.
Welcome back to Clemson Sports Talk. Join the show now at 978-1832 or text 803-450-0086.
Just a little bit longer. Please tell me you're going to.
It is Clemson Sports Talk. Lawton Swan, Zach Lentz, Lowell the intern. The mystery of Blair Sanderson continues. Lowell, you made your way all the way to the last tweet, or the first tweet in the history of Blair Sanderson's account. Not once did you see a photo of Blair Sanderson.
No photos. And I'm starting to believe that this is a fake account. I don't think Blair Sanderson is a real person.
Should we believe the numbers are real on offers that are out there?
That seems somewhat legitimate. So I will say yes.
Blair Sanderson is a male. Blair Sanderson is a male.
This is confirmed.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. I'm closing in on. I've got him in my sights.
Or her. Depending.
Blair Sanderson is not a real person. That's my official take.
I am intrigued that we've gone 35 minutes into this show and you guys have yet to uncover the...
Well, I just started.
Blair Sanderson,
when the intern couldn't get it done, you know, you got to bring in the big guns.
Right. Well, I'm thinking what we should do is have one of those gender reveals like they do for when people are having a kid, and we won't tell the people today whether or not Blair is a boy or girl, and then tomorrow, Zach, we can underhand pitch one of the gender reveal baseballs, and Lowell can smack it, and if it's blue dust, we know Blair is a boy, and if it's pink dust, we know that Blair's a girl. Did you see the one where the guy didn't swing at all? The ball was like high and inside.
Exactly.
He took it and it just landed at his feet.
Well, I mean, look, that's dedication. Regardless of the circumstances, he wasn't going to swing at a pitch he couldn't drive.
No, he had been taught well. Do not swing if the ball is not in your wheelhouse. And he takes it, and that thing, all the dust just lands right at his feet. And his wife's like, you threw it up here. He's like complaining. Then I saw another one. I saw another one the other day where the husband hits the gender reveal baseball and it doesn't break and it smashes into his wife's face. I probably should not be laughing about that. That's one of those where you shouldn't laugh about it, but you can't help it when you watch it. All right, so South Carolina Gamecocks peeking over the fence. Tigers, Bulldogs, Yellow Jackets, and Seminoles being a part of the Hurry Up No Huddle Sports Talk Express. You got to love social media. DeCarrion Joyner, many of you may have heard the name. Joyner, who is a South Carolina commit. Joyner, who I think Clemson really liked, just didn't like him as a quarterback prospect simply because of the fact that the Tigers are loaded at the quarterback spot, and they've got the number one quarterback and prospect in the country coming in next season in Trevor Lawrence. DeCarrion Joyner, who plays at Fort Dorchester High School, by the way, former teammate of Big John Simpson, put on his Instagram account, and I quote, "I promised myself to never lose to Clemson as a starting quarterback at South Carolina. Never. They're going to feel what they missed out on. I promise y'all." So that's Joyner on social media. Deshaun Watson made a prediction, and Zach, you correct me if I'm wrong, after, right, the first victory over South Carolina. I don't think he said it before the first victory. I think it was
believe
after.
he said it before he got to Clemson.
I think we have to double check that, Lowell.
Yeah, I'm with Lowell. I believe that it was said before he got to Clemson, because Dabo Swinney was actually asked about it, and he said, he didn't say anything to him because it happened before he kind of got to Clemson, so he didn't worry a lot about it. But I'm with Lowell on this one. I believe it was.
Okay,
I believe it was.
And it may have been. It may have been. Lowell's verifying that. Jadeveon Clowney.
Yep.
Also said that he would not lose to Clemson and did not. And DeCarrion Joyner may very well turn South Carolina's program around.
Never again.
Right the wrongs of the 56-7 blowout in Death Valley.
Never again.
And he might lead the South Carolina Gamecocks to multiple victories as the starting quarterback.
Never again.
Now, my question to you all is this. Not whether or not South Carolina will beat Clemson every time with Dakereon Joyner as the starting quarterback, but could Joyner actually be right? Could he be correct?
Well, you asked this question on our Slack channel, and I responded in probably, I think, the way that most Clemson fans are thinking. I don't think there's anything wrong with him saying that.
I like it.
I don't think there's anything wrong, because in all seriousness, I mean, when you think about this past year, Clemson won the national championship. They were the best team in college football. And if this past year, the year that Clemson won the national championship, Clemson wasn't that much better, if better at all,
right,
than Clemson,
according to Jake Bentley,
then why shouldn't he be confident that when he gets there, they can turn the corner? I mean, against Clemson's best team,
could this
they weren't that much better.
Could this also be a subtle hint, Lowell, that he's not planning on playing quarterback in Columbia?
Well, that's the other aspect. We mentioned Jake Bentley, who I think most of us, or we would agree that Jake Bentley is probably going to be there for 3 more years. I don't think he's going pro after his junior season unless something incredible happens.
Right.
Not that he's not a good quarterback. I just think he's going to be there for 4 years. So with that said, as long as he's there, Joyner isn't getting on the field to play against Clemson unless it's at a different position.
And he says as a starting quarterback.
So he may start for 1 year and beat Clemson and be absolutely correct.
Or he may not start at quarterback for South Carolina ever, may play another position, and may win a couple games and lose a couple games to Clemson. But he didn't win or lose them as the starting quarterback, so that would also make this statement accurate. This is a statement that can very easily be accurate without, being accurate. But I don't have a problem with it. Matter of fact, I love the kid's confidence. As a Gamecock fan, I'm saying that's what I want my guys to say. What do you want him to say? Well, if we get there, I kind of hope to win once. I'd like to beat the Tigers maybe once while I'm in school. I mean, what kind of mindset is that?
Yeah, well, I mean, me and you discussed this this afternoon on tonight's Watch Fox Solid Orange.
Yeah.
And my point is exactly that. I mean, if you're a South Carolina fan, do you want a kid to go, no, well, you know what? We'll be lucky to beat Clemson one time. I mean, they're just head and shoulders better than us right now. Well, I don't even know why we were even going to play that game.
And we might as well just forfeit that one. We'll talk a little bit more about Dakereon Joyner with Zach Lentz, senior writer at ClemsonSportsTalk.com, when we get back here on the show that shakes the Southland.
The worldwide phenomenon is back. Our 2017 iHeart Radio Music Festival. Hosted by Ryan Seacrest. September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet converge in Las Vegas for 2 nights. The iHeart Radio Music Festival Capital One cardholder presale is on. Cardholders, get access to tickets right now. Tickets on sale to the general public this Friday at 1 p.m. Go to iHeartRadio.com/Capital One before they sell out.
This is Dave, and we're back on Pit Stop Radio. Listen to what our customers say about their pit stop.
I'm a cartoonist. Well, when we go on vacation, we love to stop, and it's clean, convenient, and have everything we need. An energy drink. The older I get, the more energy I need. I drink Monsters, and they have 16 ounces, 2 for $4. That is a very good price, actually. We do enjoy it. Always friendly service.
Want convenience without compromise?
Don't stop till you're at Pit Stop.
Tiger fans, look no further than the Tiger Sports Shop in Clemson for all your game day gear. Since 1974, they've brought you everything Clemson for the Clemson fan. With quality brand names such as Nike, Under Armour, Antigua, Ping, and many more. From hats to t-shirts to tailgate, the Tiger Sports Shop has all the Clemson apparel a true Tiger fan needs. With 2 convenient game day locations in Tigertown, shop where I shop at I Am Ibrahim's Tiger Sports Shop. They fuel the passion of Tiger fans everywhere. Check them out online, tigersports.com.
Life
It's made up of the simple day-to-day moments that keep us all running on full of joy, passion, and restlessness. It's singing full on to your car radio with the windows wide open. It's a whole bunch of early morning rush hours and a few late night runs for Rocky Road. It's full of pit stops and drive-thrus. It's life, and we live it between fill-ups at Valero. Valero top-tier certified quality fuel keeps your engine running cleaner, better, and longer. Find a station near you at ValeroCleanGas.com.
Hi, my name is Donald Kidwell, current owner of CrossFit Iron Mary's. After finding CrossFit in 2012, I lost 128 pounds. At CrossFit Iron Mary's, you're not a barcode, you're an actual person. Where you are now is not important. Where you want to be is. 3 locations to reach your fitness goals in Columbia: the Old Mill in Lexington, Trotter Road in West Columbia, and downtown near the Carolina Baseball Stadium. Check us out online at CrossFitIronMarys.com or give us a call at 803-414-9601. Set up your first set of free classes today at CrossFit Iron Mary's, 803-414-9601.
For more information about contests on this station, go to foxsportsradio1400.com/rules. Welcome back to Clemson Sports Talk. Join the show in the chat room at clemsonsportstalk.com.
It is Clemson Sports Talk. Lawton Swan, Lowell the intern, Zach Lentz hanging out with you here. So, I basically just did exactly what DeCarrion Joyner did with my statement about when Deshaun Watson said that he would not lose to South Carolina, in that I stated that it was after the South Carolina game. You guys stated, no, it was before the South Carolina game, when in actuality, both are correct. He stated it before the South Carolina game, but it wasn't public record until after the South Carolina game, when he said that he had told his coach in high school that he would not lose to South Carolina. But that didn't become public record until after the first victory.
You're just going to take any win you can here, aren't you?
I think we all win. I think we all win with that one. I think that just goes to show you that between the three of us, we all are correct. No one was wrong here.
No, there was one person that was wrong. But, I mean.
I guess in terms of when the statement came out.
When the statement came out, yes.
Not when it happened.
Yes.
So I think we were all correct, gentlemen. Pat yourselves on the back for your incredible knowledge. 8-0. Oh, I did it. I was going to do it, Lowell. I've done well to fight off the urge to give out the phone line. The phone lines are down. They've been down for a couple of days. And yesterday during the program, we took several power outages during the show. That's why there was an abbreviated edition of Clemson Sports Talk for you to listen to on your iPhone or Android device. And again, you can also hear the program over on our website, clemsonsportstalk.com, and you can watch the show live over there as well. So we were all kind of right on that front. We were all sort of in the ballpark there, and this is something we got into during that segment. You go back and look at all of Deshaun Watson's great games and big moments. I'm not sure that there's a bigger and greater performance than that one, just in terms of the adversity that he was playing against, with his knee being taped up and bandaged up and just put out there as a freshman in a game against a team that was riding a 5-game winning streak. We talked about Pharaoh Cooper had the big touchdown early on in that game. And let's face it, Clemson now riding a 3-game winning streak and feeling pretty good about things, thinking this could go to 4, 5, 6, wherever you think it's going to go. At that point in this series, South Carolina was riding a 5-game winning streak up against Clemson. Watson with a bum knee, to which we didn't know all the details.
Mm-hmm.
But you look back on that, for a young kid to grit out that game with the determination that he had spoke volumes about what would come in his career down the road, I think.
Yeah, absolutely it did. I mean, I remember sitting in that press conference after Clemson won, and Dabo Swinney came up to the podium and he said, "Let me tell you something about Deshaun Watson." And we're all sitting there thinking, what record did he break, or what accolade
what
did
nugget did Tim Beret give you?
Exactly. And he said, he played this game on a torn ACL. To which, we were all in shock.
Yeah, jaws hit the floor.
Yeah, I mean, to see the performance that he put on. But I want to take you back to something else kind of along those same lines about that game. That was a pivotal game, I think, for Dabo Swinney to break that. I mean, I'll never forget, where we go and stand down by the tunnel to wait on the players' interviews and stuff that occur in the tunnel outside the locker room. Dabo took a little bit of time to get off the field, a little bit more than normal, and when he came in, he was absolutely just bawling. I mean, the emotion and the stress that this losing streak had put on him was immense. And he came over, and Dan Radakovich was waiting there for him, and he gave him a big hug, and he was just bawling. And so I think it meant a lot, not just to Deshaun Watson, and to show the grit and determination that he had, but it meant a lot to Dabo Swinney too. And he kind of put on this persona, at least publicly, that, we're not concerned about South Carolina. South Carolina can do what they want, but we're focused on the next game, windshield mentality, next game is the biggest game of the season, regardless of who we're playing, all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that game really was the turning point for him and the program.
Zach Lentz at Zach Lentz, CST senior writer for ClemsonSportsTalk.com. I go back and think about the fact that as good as Clemson was during those years, and they were really good, and South Carolina had been a really good team during that 5-year winning streak against Clemson, there was a certain portion of the fan base that no matter the success, you beat Ohio State in the Orange Bowl. Yay, great. You won an ACC title. Whoop-de-doo. Would you beat South Carolina, please?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were still the would you beat South Carolina, please people out there.
Well, I think part of the frustration with the fan base is they saw how talented this Clemson team was. But for some reason, when it came time to play the Gamecocks in the last game of the season, it was like the pressure got to them.
Yeah.
And I really think you saw that with the play calling. And with the play of Taj Boyd. I think he took it personally, and it was something that he just couldn't get over, not beating them. And you saw the play calling get a little bit sketchy. I mean, I'll never forget that 2011 team, I believe it was, that came down to Williams-Brice, and they were driving right down the field. They're opening possession of the game, driving the ball straight down the field on the Gamecocks, get down to about the 5-yard line, and Chad Morris decides to have Sammy Watkins throw a pass that gets intercepted. That changes the momentum of the game.
That was that 2013
Yeah,
game.
2013, that's
when
right.
Clemson had like 6 turnovers or something in that game.
I mean,
31-17. I was just looking that one up because that's one that I felt like Clemson was the better team.
I mean, and I think that's the frustration. When fans said, you know what, why are we good enough to beat Ohio State? Why are we good enough to beat these teams in big games, but we can't beat South Carolina? That was frustrating for them, and I think Dabo Swinney had started to feel that frustration.
Well, do you know what was Clemson ranked going into that game? Were they like 6th in the polls?
It was a top 10 matchup.
Yeah, I mean, well, there was some potential there if things had fallen right.
Because I remember Michigan and Ohio State were playing, and that Michigan and Ohio State may have gone to overtime, or it was a late touchdown. Something happened it was either Michigan, Ohio State, or a Notre Dame game. I remember watching it and thinking, boy, that game goes the right way, and some other things shake out. And Clemson beat South Carolina. The Tigers' only loss had been to Florida State.
Well, and didn't they had the ACC championship game the next week?
No, Clemson wouldn't have played. That would have been Florida State.
The game I'm thinking of is the 2011 game.
Okay,
but
the 2013 game was the game where Clemson was running down their throats with McDowell and then threw a wide receiver pass with Watkins for some reason.
2011, South Carolina pretty much just dominated us.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was not pretty. 2009 was C.J. Spiller's kick return, and then and then Harper putting the ball on the ground.
I was at that game, And South Carolina fans all around were saying, don't kick it to him again. And they kicked it to Spiller again, and you could just feel the air go out of the stadium.
Yeah. 2013 is definitely the one where Sammy Watkins throws the interception. That was the worst play call in the history.
That was awful, Chad Morris. By the way, the Tigers were number 6, and South Carolina was number 10.
And when we come back, can we look at what other games were going on that day? Because I remember thinking specifically on that date that if things shook out the right way, Clemson could have worked their way in to the college football playoff. It may have taken a Florida State loss in the ACC. It may have taken a Florida State loss, et cetera, in the ACC championship. We'll talk about it when we get back.
Need custom shirts, hats, or uniforms? How about promotional giveaways for your business or organization? Need fast turnaround times? Look no further than Meridian Printing and Promotions. Located in Lexington, they provide an in-house art department, in-house screen printing, and in-house embroidery services to the Midlands and beyond. For the absolute best quality products and services, contact Meridian Printing and Promotions, 785-4990. Check them out online, mbspromo.com.
Gamecock fans looking for a great place to tailgate before kickoff? Listen up. Check out Circle and BP, 905 Bluff Road across from the stadium for some of the best parking and tailgate spots around. Newman Circle and BP has spaces available right now. Call 413-5976. That's 413-5976 for spaces almost in the shadow of Williams Brice. So make sure you get your tailgate space now. Call Newman Circle and BP at 413-5976. That's 413-5976.
For 28 years, the professional staff of the Hobbs Group and Hobbs Group Advisors has been dedicated to helping others achieve their financial goals by delivering quality, objective financial and accounting solutions to a diverse client base of individuals and businesses all over South Carolina. We offer tax and audit services, bookkeeping, payroll, litigation support, employee benefits, personal financial planning, investment management, and insurance services. Please call us at 803-799-0555 or visit our website, hobbscpa.com, to learn more about our people and services.
Need custom shirts, hats, or uniforms? How about promotional giveaways for your business or organization? Need fast turnaround times? Look no further than Meridian Printing and Promotions. Located in Lexington, they provide an in-house art department, in-house screen printing, and in-house embroidery services to the Midlands and beyond. For the absolute best quality products and services, contact Meridian Printing and Promotions, 785-4990. Check them out online, mbspromo.com.
You've done the research, Jonathan, and decided on a Honda.
And you waited for just the right time to buy, Gary, and now it's here. The Honda Summerbration Sales Event at Honda of Columbia.
We're clearing out every 2017 Honda in stock at the lowest prices of the entire year and giving you a hassle-free buying experience.
Don't wait. The Honda Summerbration Sales Event is the time to buy at Honda of Columbia, your friendly family Honda dealer since 1978.
Highway 378 at I-20 and Honda of Columbia.
I'm KFC's Extra Crispy Colonel, and you're the extra busy regular person who has to make dinner for a family of 4. But you can shirk that responsibility because my Extra Crispy $20 fill-up from KFC contains 8 pieces of freshly double-breaded extra crispy chicken, 4 biscuits, 2 orders of mashed potatoes, and a side of coleslaw for just $20. That'll feed them. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
Pricing and participation may vary. Tax and substitutions extra.
The American Red Cross urgently needs blood and platelet donations and asks donors to schedule an appointment to give now. Every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood. Your blood donation is critical and can help save lives. Please, schedule an appointment today. Download the Blood Donor app. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS today. You can make a difference.
From the E.F. Martin Heating and Air Studios, this is Fox Sports Radio 1400.
WCOS Columbia.
Available anywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app.
Fox Sports Trending
now.
The Cleveland Cavaliers today introduced new general manager Kobe Altman. It was Dan Gilbert, the team's owner, who introduced Altman. And then for the next 37 minutes or so, they got asked questions about Kyrie Irving and LeBron James.
He's a core piece of what we've done. Kyrie's a tremendous player. He has made great contributions to this franchise, and we enjoy him as a player.
That was Altman on Kyrie Irving. As for the reported trade request,
So we've had dialogue with his representation. It's a fluid situation and something that we're just not going to address right now.
Minnesota Vikings today signed defensive end Everson Griffin to a 4-year extension worth $58 million, while the NFL Network says the Jets claimed wide receiver Lucky Whitehead off of waivers from the Dallas Cowboys. Red Sox blanked the Mariners 4-0. Chris Sale gets the win. Yanks over the Reds 9-5. I'm Dan Beyer.
It's time for Clemson Sports Talk with Lawton Swan.
Ready, set, just call me Swanee.
Tiger style. Tiger style.
It is hour number 2. That's primetime right here on Fox Sports Radio and iHeart Radio. Lawton Swan, Lowell the intern, Zach Lentz, Revisionist History 101 going on here. I didn't expect to hop into the time machine with Marty McFly and Doc, but we're doing it, and we're going way, way back and taking a look at all the great things going on in the world of college football in 2013. This could be a great segment. Like, pick a Throwback Thursday and just start working our way back the calendar. Just next Throwback Thursday, we'll look at 1987. We'll give you the inside scoop on what took place there. But I did mention this to Zach yesterday off the air, Lowell the intern, and it's a great reference to my favorite movie, Back to the Future. Lowell the intern, take a wild guess the date in which Steve Spurrier attended his first college football game.
I have no idea. I can't even ballpark it.
Listen, there are people shouting at their radios right now. Lowell, on a scale of 1 to 10, how familiar are you with the movie Back to the Future? 10 being Swanee, when it's on, I'm watching. 1 being, who's Michael J. Fox?
Probably like a 3 or 4.
Oh, this is not good. Zach, I'll let you just speak for a minute about the fact that he's not familiar with Back to the
I'm familiar
Future.
with it. I'm not a diehard.
Have you seen part 2?
No, actually, no.
Or part 3? Oh,
maybe parts of it.
If I had not gotten that trilogy stolen from me in Miami on our way back from the Orange Bowl victory over Oklahoma 2 years ago now, I would give you the trilogy, Lowell. Have you seen Star Wars, Lowell?
Come on now.
No.
Come on now.
Whoa, this segment is taking a turn. Zach Lentz, senior writer, ClemsonSportsTalk.com. No.
I'm glad that you said senior writer, not former senior writer. But
so when I pointed to that sticker on the back of that person's vehicle with a stormtrooper mask that said "Support the troops," and I chuckled, you didn't see the humor within that line?
No, I know what the little Eskimo people are. I know they're like
the Eskimo people.
Okay, you cannot mock me any longer.
Yeah, they're the bad guys, right?
You've got to be joking.
Never seen a Star Wars movie. Never seen a Star Trek movie. Never seen a Lord of the Rings movie.
Goodness. Now I would say I don't. I was more Star Wars than Star Trek.
I have,
but
see, like, here's the thing. Give me Scarface. Give me Reservoir Dogs.
I do like me some Scarface and Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I've seen those too. But the point being, shame on you and shame on you from our listeners for not knowing more about Back to the Future and not knowing more about Star Wars.
More about? It would have to be like that would imply that I know something about it.
You guys are going to have homework assignments, okay? You guys are going to have homework. Here.
And when would you like us to complete these homework assignments? In between writing stories at 3 a.m.?
That would be a good time to do it.
Background noise while you're writing.
Okay, so here's the thing, Lowell. November 5th, 1955.
Okay, sure.
That was the date to which Marty McFly's family fell in love at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. That was the day Steve Spurrier went to his first football
You said
game.
that like I have any idea what you're talking about.
It's such a poignant date in pop culture history.
It is. I mean,
everybody knows
Marty
November
gets up there,
5th,
plays a little Johnny Be Good. I mean, come on.
He's fading away if his parents don't kiss.
Yep.
The space-time continuum is broken.
He's sitting there, like having a seizure there, playing the guitar
fading,
because
see through his hand.
Yep. I will say that the special effects
for that year, 1985,
are unbelievable.
I like when he walks over to his uncle Joey, who's in the crib, who, when they are back in 85, his mom slams the cake down. Well, your Uncle Joey didn't make parole again. He goes over to his Uncle Joey in his baby cage. He goes, "Better get used to these bars, kid." Lord, none of that.
How about what is Marty McFly's name in 1950?
Oh yeah, what do they call him?
Come on.
I don't know why y'all are doing this. Like, I'm suddenly going to...
Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein, because she sees... He's like, she goes, your name's Calvin.
Well...
Who's his mom?
Yeah, exactly.
Your name's Calvin, right? Calvin Klein, I saw it written all over your underwear. He's like, what? And he knows it's his mom, but she doesn't know. Oh, lol. Okay, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize in advance for that 7 minutes of radio. I'm kind of at a loss.
I'm logging onto my Netflix account right now. I'm going to start the Star Wars trilogy.
It's not. Oh, good. I don't think it's
on Netflix.
Nope.
Oh, see, then it must not be any good.
I love Netflix, but there's a lot of stuff that's really good that's not on there. Okay, can we go back to 2013 here briefly? Going into that matchup between Clemson and South Carolina on November 30th, 2013, Alabama was number 1. Florida State was number 2. They had beaten Clemson soundly. You might remember that game in Death Valley, 51-14 or whatever ridiculous thing that was.
Yeah, that Jameis Winston went off.
That was not good. Number 3, Ohio State survived a 1-point win over Michigan, who went for 2. Could have kicked the field goal and sent it to overtime. Went for 2. I mentioned Alabama, number 1, I think, lost to number 4, Auburn. That was the kick 6 game. Missouri would eventually lose to Auburn in the SEC championship game. And had Clemson won that game, all of a sudden there's a debate, where would Clemson have been at that point? Now, Ohio State goes on to lose the Big Ten championship to Michigan State. And the only real scenario that would have allowed Clemson to slide into the college football, or through the BCS, I know I said college football playoff earlier, I meant BCS, into the BCS would have been Florida State losing to Duke. I think other than that, there would not have been a scenario, but Clemson would have finished probably 3rd in the country. Now, they went on to beat Ohio State 40-35 in the Orange Bowl, which in terms of maybe the size program you got to play that day, I mean, I make the argument that Ohio State was as big then as they are right now, just in terms of who they were. I mean, am I right on that front? I mean, they were number 3 in the country heading into that matchup against Michigan. And I believe that they still may have been, were they undefeated at that point in Big Ten play under Urban Meyer?
Yes.
Still?
Yeah, that was their first loss under Urban Meyer.
Period.
Yeah, was that championship.
They just weren't allowed to play in a bowl game the year before.
Yeah, the year before he had gone undefeated in his first basically year.
But they lost to Michigan State though the next week.
Yes.
That was his first loss.
Yes, Clemson was his second loss.
That Michigan State gave us the sad Urban Meyer eating Papa John's pizza on the on the cart.
Oh,
that's where that came from.
That's where that one.
That's where that comes from.
Was
Yes.
that the what game was that? Was that the Big Ten
Yes.
championship?
Yeah,
game?
that was the Big Ten championship.
Okay, so I mean, you could argue that the two Ohio State teams that Clemson has beaten have been fairly highly regarded. 40-35, the final score in that 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. By the way, the first of the 2014 Orange Bowls, because there was the second one that occurred later that season, or later that year in December, between two other teams who I don't know who played in it. Probably Georgia Tech and Mississippi State, I believe, were the other two that played way back when. Zach, you're watching Star Wars over there or something?
I guess. I mean, I found a
The cartoon, Clone Wars.
I don't know. This says Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That has to be a joke, right?
And his friend Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. Well, what was the guy's name?
Please repeat that name for me, because that was fantastic.
The first one. Yeah, give us that one.
I don't know.
Come on.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is that?
Oh, this is fantastic. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, so that's how you. I've heard it said. I didn't know how you spell it.
Listen. Please text us, tweet us, 803-450-0086. That's the Ocean Reef Resort text line. Oh, did you timestamp that, Lowell? What time is it? We got to know. We got to get that out. That's
around 11.
All right,
7-11.
7:12. Okay, we'll find that. That's beautiful.
I don't know. There's another one on here. Some Rogue One.
That's
I don't know. Is that a Star Wars?
That's one of the more recent ones.
Yeah, but you don't want to watch that one. That's
Not yet.
Out of
It's
sync.
too recent.
Yeah,
Well, it's got Felicity Jones in it.
That's the new one.
You got to watch the old ones first.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to watch the one with Felicity Jones.
There we go. 803-978-1832. 803-978-1832. Apparently, Kevin not excited with our Love Fest, I guess, for the Clemson Tigers today on the program. I'm not sure which Love Fest he's talking about. We've kind of talked about some negative things that have happened with Clemson.
This isn't my Kevin, is it?
No, not Uncle
Okay.
Kevin.
All right.
Not Uncle Kevin. So, no. Ben Zero tells him to just stick with Clemson sports, I guess. So I'm not sure.
What's happening?
I'm not sure what's going on, man. Maybe they're disappointed that Zach, maybe what's so sickening is that he called him Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever he called him. Not good. 803-978-1832. The engineers are giving me the headline that the phone might be up and running. So we'll see if that works or not. Again, give it a try if you'd like. 803-978-1832. We will not guarantee you that the lines are working, as the last time we tested them out, after we hung up the phone, it began to ring with Lowell the intern's number on every single line, all at once. So if you want to call again, 803-978-1832 here on the show that shakes the Southland. Gamecocks peeking over the fence. I heard some news today as well about the South Carolina baseball program, and this is a little bit surprising to me. 6 South Carolina baseball players are going to leave the program. 6 South Carolina players leaving the program. There's a situation, obviously, when you, at any school, when you have a coaching change, that there is some level of attrition or whatever you want to get into in that when that situation takes place. 6 guys leaving the baseball program seems like a lot to me. It feels like a lot to me. Is that not an unusual amount of players to leave a program, Zach, in your opinion?
I don't think so, because, generally what happens when you have a new coach come in, he'll sit down with every player and say, and just be brutally honest with them. I mean, he's got no ties to these players.
Well, that's a very valid point.
And so, he'll sit down and say, Lowell, we appreciate, what you've done, but, we really don't have a place for you right now. And when you look through the people that left, the most notable player that is not returning is Josh Jones, who received minimal playing time.
Right.
He hit .093 last season as a junior with a double and 3 home runs, or a double, a home run, and 3 RBIs. Then you got another pitcher, Brandon Murray, who's leaving. He's a senior.
But now, as a sophomore, from what I understand, Jones was a pretty good asset for the Gamecocks.
He was, but he struggled last season. And then you had a pitcher with a 16.2 ERA. I mean, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's and Kingston, South Carolina's new coach, just came out and said, the numbers are a complicated puzzle that every coach has to figure out and how they fit into their team. We're no different. So I think it simply was a numbers game, and I don't look at it. If he was losing 6 starters off this year's team, I would say that's a big deal. But these are guys that he probably sat down and had an honest conversation with and said, look, your chances of playing here are pretty slim, so it's going to be in your best interest to go find somewhere else where you can go and contribute immediately.
At this point, though, Zach, would you not agree that it's not overly advantageous for the coach? Or, I mean, how does that work in your opinion in terms of the timing?
Well, the timing's never good. I mean, and it could be, the timing of this hire and everything, for me, the perception was that it took South Carolina a little bit more time than they probably wanted to get the coach. And that could have been for various number of reasons. The coaches they were targeting were in Omaha or playing other places. But I think the timing wasn't good, but this was something that had to be done regardless. He's got guys that are coming in, and he's also looking toward, okay, can I get a transfer in? Can I get these players in? Do I have maybe a guy that's going to enroll in December a la a Seth Beer and be eligible to play immediately? So he knows those numbers better than I do. So, if you're a Gamecock fan, you've just got to trust your coach that he understands, the numbers, and he's got your team's best interest in mind.
NCAA rules state that 35 players can appear on the roster for opening day, with 27 of those eligible to be on scholarship. And of those 27, the minimum scholarship amount is 25%. So South Carolina will continue to work this summer and into the fall to make all the numbers work out for their new head coach, Mark Kingston, with the South Carolina baseball program. 803-978-1832. Lowell, the intern, you give me the old thumbs up that the phone lines are active. Is that a positive here for the first time in, 2 days now?
It's working. We have a caller on the line right now.
Okay, well, what the heck? Let's do it. Shadow of Death Valley. Got about a minute and 15. What's up, Shadow?
What's up, Swanee? Hey, man, appreciate the prestigious Swanee Award for the Twitter interaction.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Yeah, I know you're looking forward to our debate next season during the playoffs about the greatness of Michael Jordan and LeBron. But anyway,
sure.
I guess Kyrie got tired of hearing about our debate on Twitter, so But hey, you were mentioning the 2013 Carolina game, man. And
yeah.
To me, the two losses that season were so significant because Florida State, obviously, I think Taj got a little sideways in his head. I love Taj, but every once in a while that would happen, and that game just kind of went, the wrong way. To me, the more startling thing was the fact that we totally outplayed Carolina in that 13 game. Without Chad Morris getting stupid at the beginning of the game with the trick play, and then I think we lost the turnover battle 6-0.
Yeah, we had.
The game was tied late.
2 turnovers in the punt game? Punt return.
Yeah.
Ugh.
To me, that was where you could really start to see the tide turning. Spurrier, give him credit, had that dominant run of in-state players that he latched onto. Yeah. But you could really see, to me, what was coming, and then you add
Hey, Shadow,
to the mix.
Shadow, let me put you on hold. I want to hear the rest of this from you. We got to hit a quick break. Is that okay?
All right, man.
All right, we're gonna put Shadow of Death Valley on hold. We want to hear his whole take on that 2013 matchup. Stay with us.
worldwide phenomenon is back. Our 2017 iHeart Radio Music Festival, hosted by Ryan Seacrest. September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet converge in Las Vegas for 2 nights. The iHeart Radio Music Festival Capital One cardholder presale is on. Cardholders, get access to tickets right now. Tickets on sale to the general public this Friday at 1 p.m. Go to iHeartRadio.com/Capital One before they sell out.
Looking to get away without having to spend a whole day traveling to your destination? Ocean Reef Resort offers 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom accommodations with the comforts of home and boasts the best oceanfront views. Swim in their sparkling indoor and outdoor pools, relax in their hot tubs, try out the Adventure Oasis pool with adult-sized water slide, or just float down the 250-foot lazy river. Visit us at oceanreefmyrtlebeach.com or call us at 1-866-935-0530 to learn more. Your pet deserves high-quality health care. Your pet deserves the friendly, professional doctors and courteous staff at Midland's Veterinary Practice. We treat you and your pet like family by listening carefully to your concerns and addressing your pet's long-term healthcare needs. With the use of our latest state-of-the-art technology, like a therapeutic laser, we offer alternatives to drug therapy. At Midland's Veterinary Practice, we care for the most valuable pets, yours. Visit us at MidlandsVet.com on Facebook or Twitter, or contact us at 750-7387, 750-PETS.
Lawton Swan here, and I know in sports we're always talking about the big guy. Well, let me tell you, when you're buying a car, you don't need that. What you need to do is head down to Orangeburg to my good friends at Ferry Chevrolet Cadillac. 4 generations of family-owned business right there at Ferry Chevrolet. No dock fees, no tricks, straightforward pricing in a low-pressure environment you'll love. Check them out online, ferrychevrolet.com, or call them 803-536-1600. It's Ferry Chevrolet Cadillac, just a short 30-minute drive off of exit 145A in Orangeburg.
Looking for South Carolina's favorite country? You'll find it at 97.5 WCOS.
I'm a girl watcher, watching girls go by. My. I'm a girl watcher. I'm a girl watcher.
Clemson Sports Talk, Lawton Swan, Zach Lentz, Lowell the intern. Zach, just be thankful that your mic wasn't on during the commercial break when you just said, "Is Obi-Wan the one?" How'd you pronounce his name again? Obi-Wan. Is Obi-Wan the one that said, "Try not to try"? No, that's Yoda. And then you called Yoda a little green snot bubble. Oh, man, you're making friends. Zach Lentz is making friends. I can already see it, Lowell. His next day hosting this show is just on the horizon. Won't be long.
It's going to be an all-Star Wars show, I think.
It may very well be.
I'll make sure to watch plenty of the cartoons.
Yeah, get ready for it. I've actually never watched the cartoons. We've got Shadow of Death Valley on. He was talking about that Clemson 2013 matchup with South Carolina. All right, Shadow, thanks for holding, buddy. What's up?
Yeah, man. Hey, I will say in Zach's defense, it's funny, man, because, you know, obviously millennials don't always have the best grasp of history or cultural history. And Lawton, us proud Gen Xers, we have to sometimes educate. But I will say, man, when you go back and watch the original Star Wars and then compare them to the new one, some parts of the older ones are a little corny now.
I agree with
like
that.
10 years old, you know.
I agree with that.
But
Zach,
you know,
but hey, Shadow, Zach's not a.
I'm not a millennial.
Zach's a Gen Xer, man.
I'm a Gen Xer.
Okay, well, you know, I mean,
that's why I
kinda
can't
shatters my
excuse
theory
it.
then, man. I was gonna say, man, I was trying to at least excuse it somehow, but I mean, you've just taken your own alibi away. That's
I am a
terrible,
millennial,
Zach,
so
but,
I have an excuse for.
See, Lowell has
Back to the Future.
There's some validity to Lowell not knowing much about Back to the Future. There's no excuse for Zach not knowing Star Wars.
Yeah, there is.
No, there really isn't. There really isn't. But like I said, if you go back and watch the originals now and compare them to the more recent ones, there are some definite corny parts to them that I didn't remember because I was a kid when I'm watching them originally. So it seemed great to watch a bunch of puppets do a song in a bar. You know what I mean? And now it's kind of like, whoa.
Right.
Like, you know.
Hang on. There are puppets in a bar? I got to watch this.
Yeah. They're kind of like alien Muppets. So, I mean, at one point, and I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, the creator of it all. Boy, he was definitely
Steven
feeling
Spielberg?
himself when it came to. Well, no, his partner,
George Lucas,
the guy that Lucas, that actually Lucasfilm. Yeah, I mean, he really started to feel himself with the Ewoks and the Muppets and all that stuff. But anyway, no, I was saying about.
Hang on, what's an Ewok?
Oh, the Ewoks are the best part of Star Wars. Ewoks are awesome.
You really don't know what an Ewok is?
No. Pull one up there.
They actually
hang on.
they're actually
terrible. Do you know what Chewbacca is?
Yeah, he's like the woolly mammoth thing.
Think of tiny Chewbaccas.
Okay,
a bunch of them.
All right.
I do have to say the Cantina song is probably my favorite song in Star Wars. I love the Cantina song.
Oh
man, I was getting a little depressed thinking about that 2013 loss, but now all of a sudden I don't feel so bad. You know, by comparison. But no, I think, like, you know, you could really start to see the tide turning, because that game to me, now the first 4 in a row that we lost to them, you know, they just won fair and square, and they won that game. But
yeah,
that was the game where we were, you know, we lost the turnover battle 6-0, and they were stupid turnovers. Like you said, 2 on the punt team, 1 where Chad Morris lost his mind and got cute. We were marching the ball right down to open the game, and then he has Sammy throw a lame duck, a trick pass up there. And then, you know, even it frustrated me because Clowney just tanked that junior season. I think he had like 3 sacks, and one of them was on Taj. And Brandon Thomas had him perfectly blocked, and Taj just kind of panicked and spun into him and just gave him a sack. But you could see the defensive line coming together on our side,
right?
And you started to see their defensive line. They were winning in the trenches, and to me, that was starting to erode. And then obviously the next year you add in the addition of a Deshaun and someone who just never got flustered, even if he only had one leg. And but to me, that's why that 2013 game, it was so disappointing, because that was a game I legitimately felt we should win. Probably in addition to the one where we made Dylan Thompson look like Joe Montana for some reason. But that one was particularly frustrating, and yet when you look back on it, you could see the tide really turning.
Shadow of Death Valley, man, always great to hear from you. Congratulations on your Swanee Award, buddy. Keep being a part of the program. We do appreciate it. And for everybody listening to the show, big things on the horizon for the show that shakes the Southland. I know we're talking earlier about the 2013 game and Shadow of Death Valley referencing it there. The other one was 2 years prior to that in 2011 in Williams-Brice Stadium, 34-13, South Carolina. I remember walking into that game, looking at the two teams on the field, and I'm like, well, they're going to kill us tonight. And they did. And they were just so much better than Clemson in the trenches, both offensively and defensively. But my one memory coming out of that game that I had with my nephew, Will, he was a younger guy back then. Let's see, that's 7 years ago. Will would have been probably 18 or so. And he was like, Swanee, let's go. This game's over. I mean, this is when you're getting your tail kicked late. You know, there's 4 minutes left, and I wasn't in the press box back then. I was actually with front row tickets, so it was really great seats. But I told Will, I said, no, Will, you stay in here and you soak it in. You take the loss like a man. And I said, the next time you beat them, it'll be that much sweeter. And when Deshaun Watson led Clemson to the victory, the first one to break the 5-game losing streak, I never will forget Will grabbing me in the parking lot going, oh, Swanee, it's so much sweeter because we stayed in there and took that butt kicking. I mean, we were probably the last 2 Clemson people in there. But I'm okay with that. I am man enough that when I'm in there kicking your tail 63-17 or 56-7 or whatever, I'm going to stay to the bitter end just because. And if you're kicking my tail the same way, I'm going to stay there till the bitter end just because. That's always been my philosophy. I'm not an early leaver of games ever.
Well, that, you know, I'm like you. You know, before it was my job to go to the games and have to stay through the end of them and well past the end of them, I was never one that left early, because you only get 7 if you only go to the home games,
right?
Or at most 12 football games a season. I mean, so why would you ever want to leave early?
There were games where when I was not in the press covering it, and we've got some friends with a tailgate spot just outside of the stadium, that I have re-entered the game midway through the third quarter, if you know what I mean.
So you're one of those people.
Back in the day, I've been known to stay out and chit-chat it up a little bit, and eat a little bit, and watch some games that are on. Yeah, I'm one of those when I was not doing what I'm doing now. Yeah, sure. Yeah, not on purpose. They just kind of get away from you. You know, the time we get away from you, or you got that nice gathering and somebody's got shrimp.
How does the time get away from you when you're parked outside the stadium? Are you like deaf?
I don't know. You have to talk to Lowell about that. Mima's in the one hole over there. She's got the best seat in the house, I believe. If anybody has a better parking spot than Lowell the intern's grandma, please let me hear.
No, we're directly under the north stands.
No, they are. Listen.
Like right there.
Yeah. The fact that Lowell the intern is actually going to be doing work on a game day is a tremendous surprise, because most of the time he's just gallivanting around in the West Zone with the upper crust of Clemson society.
I do that. I do.
Oh, my.
Not ashamed of it.
He's in for a rude awakening.
He's down on the sidelines sweating with bottles of water hooked to like holsters.
We'll have to get him a fanny pack. A Clemson Sports Talk fanny pack.
They're like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. But Lowell's going to do a great job for us, and the coverage of the Clemson Tigers is continuing to improve over on the site now that will shake the Southland, ClemsonSportsTalk.com. 803-978-1832. When we get back, CTE all over the NFL. We'll talk about that when we return.
Love it raw? For the freshest sushi in town, Sakatumi Grill and Sushi Bar, 807 Gervais Street in the Vista. Sakatumi's flavorful grill for non-sushi fans features the Kobe burger, filet and lobster, chicken hibachi, and more. Fresh sushi, flavorful grill, Sakatumi Grill and Sushi Bar, sakifresh.com.
Hey guys, Lawton Swan here. I was hanging out in the backyard with my son Mason the other day, and he said, "Dad, you're the best father ever." I was like, "What makes you say that, son?" He said, "When I go outside to play now, I don't get eaten up by the bugs anymore." Imagine that, me, a hero, when all I did was just a couple of weeks ago call Trey Powell at Mosquito Joe with their routine service plan. No more bugs and no more bites. Make yourself the family hero. Call Mosquito Joe today, 803-223-7916. Outside is fun again.
Cottingham Family Dentistry is proud to announce the opening of their new office located at 3722 Devine Street, and they're welcoming new patients. What makes Cottingham Family Dentistry different? It's in the name, family. They will cater to your needs and the dental needs of your children. Cottingham Family Dentistry offers same-day crowns, dental implants, cosmetic dentistry, including whitening, veneers, and tooth-colored fillings, and many other dental services. If you're searching for an amazing dental home, call 776-4234 or stop by their new office at 3722 Devine Street and become a part of the family at Cottingham Family Dentistry.
Attention, anyone who's suffering from lower back pain. Right now, HealthSource is offering our listeners an absolutely free back pain consultation on a first-come, first-served basis by calling 803-218-9047. Our doctors can find the root cause of your lower back pain and show you how to get well fast and stay well longer. No more pain. No more feeling worn out. Essentially, no more not feeling like yourself. Call 803-218-9047.
From two men and a truck, movers who care, the scattered showers will wind down overnight. The temperatures will dip down to the mid-70s. Tomorrow, a mix of clouds and sun, and the afternoon highs will be in the low 90s. For Channel 25 ABC Columbia, I'm Chief Meteorologist John Farley.
This report is brought to you by Midland Air Service Experts. 60 months equal payment, no interest, or save up to $24.75 on a new home comfort system when you replace your old AC with a new Lennox home comfort system. Call Midland Air Service Experts, 866-EXPERTS, or visit midlandair.com. Expert service guaranteed. See website for license details.
Welcome back to Clemson Sports Talk. Join the show in the chat room at clemsonsportstalk.com.
Back and mellow, ain't in no hurry at all.
Funnin, the chairman of the board, Clemson Sports Talk. Lowell, just a couple of days left on the Beach Music Hits. And we're back at it with the realness here on Clemson Sports Talk. Where did the summer go, Lowell? Where did the Beach Music Hits go? I just don't understand.
My summer went into barbecue. That was fun.
You know, I want to commend you on this, Lowell. You worked longer at the barbecue shack than my buddy Keith Riddle did, who, by the way, works for the South Carolina Department of Transportation now, with his first job at Dixie Narco, where we made Coke machines one summer. And Keith worked for 4 hours. He quit the first day. I think they sent him a check for $25. You did more than that. So kudos to you, sir.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to make me feel better or
not.
not.
If this is signs of your future work ethic, I think Keith's doing pretty well for himself now. There's still something out there for you. It may be water bottles and cameras on the sidelines for Clemson Sports Talk, but in fanny packs. But hey, that's what it is. If that's what it takes.
I'm not afraid of a fanny pack.
Taking a look out to social media here real quick before we talk about this CTE study. I've seen a lot of people posting their football cards and stuff with Deshaun Watson and other NFL rookies. One of our great sponsors, Alicia Kaufman Quinton from Kaufman's Meeting Place over in Lexington, she posted a ton of rookie cards with Watson. She's like, got to get the rookie cards. One, can you now just get what cards you want? I mean, is that how it works? You don't have to buy the packs like you did when we were kids. And two, I really didn't realize that they were still making cards and stuff like that anymore. That stuff was still a big thing.
I didn't either. You know, when I was a kid, you know, it was a big thing. You know, I mean, but we went and we got the cards and we got the packs, and you know, you never knew which one you were going to get. The baseball cards, you know, the tops, you know, select and all those things.
My buddies would have like their Don Russ magazine or something it was, and they'd be
you had the Beckett, you had the Beckett magazine.
If you give me, you know, this card and that card, which are both valued at 25 cents, I'll give you this 50-cent card. And I remember everybody had the King Griffey Juniors in like the nice hard plastic case. I never really got into it, but it existed. I mean, I had more Garbage Pail Kids than I did Tops, and I like the bubble gum. The bubble gum was high quality stuff, but I didn't realize that cards and stuff were still such a.
I wouldn't have thought it because you know we're going to date ourselves here, but when we were growing up, there wasn't tablets, there wasn't internet, there wasn't it was basically 3 channels if you were lucky, if you're standing right and you had your antenna pointed the right direction. You got 3 channels,
no doubt,
and so you had to do stuff like that. You collected cards, you went outside, you did that stuff. But nowadays, in today's digital age, I'm really shocked that that's still a thing.
Well, and I know that RC Sports Cards is Roger's one of the guys that calls our show quite frequently, and he has a website where he does a lot of this. So I know it's out there, but I just didn't realize or recognize that it still exists to the magnitude for a certain portion of our population, that it still obviously is very, very important. Now, one of the biggest stories, though, talking about sports and football specifically, is the fact that in a study, CTE was found in 99% of the brains studied from former NFL players. Out of, I think it was 111 players, 110 of them were found to have chronic traumatic encephalopathy. I'm about
and you're making fun of me saying Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan, but close. 99%, guys. I mean, this is not 75%. This is not 25%. 99%. Now, the question that I would have is, and this is something that obviously I don't know enough about, what are the numbers nationally for people who do not play sports? Like, if you checked people who did not play and you did 100, what's that number look like? Because I just don't know, and I didn't see that.
I don't know. You may have mentioned this, and I may have been zoned out, but Did it say the number of players?
111.
Okay,
it was
so
110.
So 110 players, and this is a problem when you've got statistics. You know, I mean, Mark Twain once said there are lies, there are blank lies, and then there are statistics. And so you can make a statistic say what you want. So if 99% or 95% or whatever the percentage is come away with it, well, that's only the percent. That's only a percentage of the group that was actually tested. So, you know, if you've got 110 players, well, there have obviously been a lot more than that have actually played football through the years.
Sure.
And in the NFL. I mean, so it's a very, very small percentage of a very, very large group that have actually been tested. And now of that group, there's a large percentage of them that have it. In fact, 95%. So that.
But does that not to you say that if we tested another 110, we're going to see a high number?
I don't know. What if you tested another 110 and you saw two players that had it? And see, that's what I'm getting at. Until you could say that you've tested every player, it's the statistic can be shaped and formed into however you want to read it. You know, it's kind of the I saw a study the other day that said, caffeine, and it gives you a higher rate of cancer. Okay? But the measurables on that is that it's a small percentage higher. Now it is a higher rate, but it's a very small percentage. So it's not measurable in terms of that. So I think that's the problem when we get into statistics and we start looking at this. It's going to be twisted into such a way where people are going, whoa, I don't want my kid to play football. I don't want them to do this. I don't want them to do that. Wrap them in bubble wrap
yeah,
and send them out there into the world.
Well, I do see here.
They do point out their own potential biases within the study.
But I also see here that there's a published rate of typically 5% in men under the age of 75, just day-to-day people who don't play football, which, again, it's a pretty big difference, at least.
And, I mean, once again, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. I mean, there is that is in people that have been willing to say, you know what, I will allow you to test my brain.
That's where the tremendous amount of bias could come in, because people who may have submitted are more likely to be people who believe there may be a problem. I
mean, what if a kid was an amateur boxer and you go, ooh, well, I want my brain to be tested. So, I mean, that's where the bias lies. That's why, I think we've got to be careful when we start to jump to conclusions about head injury. Now, look, anybody that thinks head injuries aren't real, they haven't played football. In fact, I talked to Mike Reed about this on the golf course at Dabo Sweeney's golf outing a couple weeks ago. And we were talking about the concussion protocol and kind of what he thought about, the CTE, the head traumas, all that stuff.
Yeah.
He said, look, I played football my entire life. In the NFL he played, he said there's a warning sticker on your helmet that says, put this helmet on at your own risk. And he said, I did that every day. I put that helmet on at my own risk. It says not to use it as a weapon. He said, the issue I have is not so much with the safety, it's with the fact that players are put in games too quickly.
Zach Lentz, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival Capital One cardholder presale is on. Cardholders get access to tickets right now. Tickets on sale to the general public this Friday at 1 p.m. Go to iHeartRadio.com/Capital One before they sell out.
This is Dave, and we're back on Pit Stop Radio. Listen to what our customers say about their pit stop.
I'm in the Army. Drinks, some snacks. It's a friendly place to come. I stop in, get my energy up. I get Rockstar, Amp, Full Throttle, NOS. I get them all, and they're all here at Pit Stop. The big 16-ounces, 2 for $3. Pit Stop's locally owned. It matters to me because it keeps the money in the community. In the summertime, I hang out at Lake Murray, go fishing with my buddies.
Want convenience without compromise?
Don't stop till you're at Pit Stop.
Tiger fans, look no further than the Tiger Sports Shop in Clemson for all your game day gear. Since 1974, they've brought you everything Clemson for the Clemson fan. With quality brand names such as Nike, Under Armour, Antigua, Ping, and many more. From hats to t-shirts to tailgate, the Tiger Sports Shop has all the Clemson apparel a true Tiger fan needs. With 2 convenient game day locations in Tigertown, shop where I shop at I Am Ibrahim's Tiger Sports Shop. They fuel the passion of Tiger fans everywhere. Check them out online, tigersports.com.
Our customers receive the best heating and air conditioning service in South Carolina. Hi, I'm Tim Mosley, and I can make that statement because that's what our customers tell us every day. We call it quality confirmed. Call us at 803-233-7172, and we'll call you when the job is done to confirm we met your expectations. That's quality confirmed. We're Carolina Conditions, and we're committed to meeting your expectations. 803-233-7172. Call us at 803-233-7172.
For more information about contests on this station, go to foxsportsradio1400.com/rules.
You're listening to Clemson Sports Talk with my dad, Lawton Swan, on Fox Sports Radio 1400 and on the iHeart Radio app.
What have you done for me lately? It's a fair question. Just don't lose sight of the bigger picture. Don't forget history. Lucky for us at Clemson, the answer to the questions, what have you done for me lately, and what have you done always, are the same. We win.
Clemson Sports Talk, Lawton Swan, Lowell the Intern at Lowell the Intern, Zach Lentz at Zach Lentz CST. Follow the show at Clemson Sports. You can follow me at CST Show. Boozer chiming in via the Ocean Reef Resort text line says, Swanee, I'm with you. I don't leave games early. Roger chiming in says, I hear you guys from the hot tub. That's Roger in the upstate, listening to the show in the hot tub. Larry says Zach is great when he contributes on football. Not so much on Star Wars trivia. Stick to football. That comes to us from Clemson Larry, listening to us in Minnesota tonight. TJ chimes in. He says, Lawman. Now, the Dillon game in Death Valley was when the Tigers' D-line began to show its mettle. They dominated the game, but the DB's coach was playing too soft. I was extremely ticked. That's when he moved on, and we got Coach Reed. They won, in my opinion, three of the run. Oh, they won 3 in the run. We gave them the last 2, picking up what you guys are putting down. That comes to us from TJ. So he's saying that 3 of those games, Carolina was actually the better team. He felt like the last 2, Clemson was actually the better team, but maybe that mental hurdle of overcoming that third that 4th consecutive and 5th consecutive loss may have been a little bit much for the Tigers because there was a lot of pressure there. There's a lot of pressure, and you talked about that earlier, Zach.
Well, the only games I thought Clemson was clearly better than South Carolina was in 2009 and 2013.
Yeah.
And it just snowballed away from you in 2009.
Well, let me tell you, I think 2009 was almost a throwaway because in that season, if you remember, this was the first time that Clemson had won the division, and they had to play a game the week after South Carolina. And I think Dabo Swinney, in his first full year as a head coach, didn't really understand, okay, how much do I put into this South Carolina game? I mean, is it not more important to win the conference championship game than the South Carolina game? So I think he was still kind of learning, how do you handle that? I will say this. I think Dabo Swinney's done a pretty good job of fixing issues where he's had them. In talking with him after this past year's game, the 56-7 game, he said, look, I would have loved to have played more guys. I would have loved to have ran the score up even more. I mean, because he's one of those guys that says, you know what, it's a rivalry game. It's your job to stop me kind of deal.
Right.
He said, but we had a game to play the next week, and we had to make sure that we were healthy and didn't do anything to jeopardize that game. But I don't think he understood how to manage that in the first year.
We did have another texter, an unnamed texter, who said, keep the sports, Back to the Future good, Star Wars not so much. So there's a difference of opinions all across the board about.
And look, I'm gonna defend myself here. Okay? Here's my defense. It's not that I think Star Wars is bad. In fact, my oldest daughter absolutely loves Star Wars. But I've just never seen it. It's never been something that I've flipped on, that I've said, you know what? I'd like to waste 12 hours of my life on this Saturday.
Put the shovel down, back away from the hole.
Yeah.
Not getting better.
Waste?
Not getting better.
Waste?
Yeah, you know when they do those marathons where they show all 15 of them or however many there are
right
in a row? You know, I got other things to do.
No one said you had to watch them all in a row, just like back to back to back.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I can tell you based on our polls in the previous renditions, you must watch them 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
Now, what sense does that make?
Well, because 4, 5, and 6 were the first 3.
Okay, then wait.
This is a whole different conversation we're about to get into here.
Yeah. 4, 5, and 6
were the first
the
Star Wars movies. Yes.
The first Star Wars movie was actually part 4.
Okay, then why wouldn't I start with part 1?
Well, there is debate for that. This is kind of like the flat earthers and things like that. I mean, this is a great debate. Some people believe that you should start with number 1 and work your way through. But I disagree with that because if you do that, then you lose some of the additional storyline that you get built in on the back end.
Right. There's references in the newer movies from the older movies that you will not get unless you have seen the older movies.
I'll tell you the great debate I have, though, with watching stuff in order. What do I do with the Marvel Universe collections? Because they're all over the map.
Yeah.
I just kind of watch them as they come.
But they seem to jump around a little bit.
Yeah.
Like and it's just, And I'm not a big, like, comic book movie fan guy, but I'm like, if I want to watch it, I don't want Ant Boy or whatever his name is to all of a sudden start showing up in my movies and I don't know anything about him because I haven't watched his movie yet. And that's what happened to me the last one when I watched Civil War.
I know, right? I did that
you
too.
See that
yeah,
one?
yeah.
I hadn't seen the Ant-Man's movie, so I didn't know much about him, but they bring him in like I'm supposed to know, like he's Obi-Wan Kenobi or whatever you called him earlier. I mean, like I'm supposed to know this guy. But I do like those movies. They're genuinely really good. All of those Marvel movies have been good.
Here's the thing about when you start getting into the Marvel movies and stuff like that. Is it me? And it may just be that I'm getting older.
Well, I'm thinking it may be you based on our conversation so far.
Here's the thing. It may be that I'm getting older, but there's only so much fighting and explosions and stuff like that. You know, I mean, it's almost like sensory overload.
CGI has gotten a little crazy with that. Back in the day, you couldn't afford to do that stuff. Now you just pay some guy to sit over there and could you make that boom a little larger? Yeah, I agree with that. There's a lot of action that goes on sometimes in these movies now.
Yeah.
Lowell?
I enjoy it. I don't know what you want me to say. I enjoy the Marvel movies. I wouldn't say, like, I don't read the comic books, but I enjoy the movies. So, I mean, there's some stuff I don't get sometimes because I don't read the comics, but
all right, Zach.
I like the movies.
Have you seen Dexter? These are yes or no questions.
Oh, yeah.
Dexter.
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Greatest, in my opinion, greatest show that's ever been on television.
Sopranos?
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
Breaking Bad's my favorite show of all time.
It's up there. It's definitely up there.
Hey, look.
Better Call Saul is pretty good.
Never saw it.
It's still going.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can wait for it to end before you watch that. Breaking Bad's over.
How about Jeremy Smith? Jeremy Smith chimed in and said, I'm with Lentz. Never cared to see Star Wars. Here's the thing.
I'm so disappointed.
Here's the thing. It's not that I don't care to see it. It's not that I don't like it. I have nothing against it. It's just I don't have 15 hours to waste watching it in my day.
Again, I don't think the storyline is waste. I think there's a lot of added personal value to the story.
Okay, what? Give me one philosophical takeaway.
Use the Force?
What does that mean?
Oh, you'll find out.
You'll know.
You'll know. One day, when you need the Force, you'll use the Force.
No, I'll use my phone.
I will say, I think you can skip Phantom Menace. I think you can skip Star Wars Episode 1.
Hang on. Why would you want to skip the first one?
Yeah, that seems.
Phantom Menace is awful.
You didn't like Darth Maul?
No. That movie is terrible.
Who's she?
All right, on that note,
I wouldn't watch it again ever.
Lowell the Intern, at Lowell the Intern, Zach Lentz, senior writer, ClemsonSportsTalk.com, at Zach Lentz CST. I'm Lawton Swan on Twitter, at CST Show, and at Clemson Sports. Until tomorrow night, as always, y'all take care now, and go Tigers!
Need custom shirts, hats, or uniforms? How about promotional giveaways for your business or organization? Need fast turnaround times? Look no further than Meridian Printing and Promotions. Located in Lexington, they provide an in-house art department, in-house screen printing, and in-house embroidery services to the Midlands and beyond. For the absolute best quality products and services, contact Meridian Printing and Promotions, 785-4990. Check them out online, mbspromo.com.
Hi, I'm Alicia Kaufman Quinton. My daddy, Billy Kaufman, opened Kaufman's Meat Plant at our present location in 1955. My family still works hard every day to ensure fresh quality cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. How about a tasty T-bone, ribeye, or New York strip steak? But to order at Kaufman's Meat & Place. Just look for the signs near the intersection of US 1 and I-20 in Lexington. Call us at 356-0076 to place your order. Kaufman's Meat & Place, when you want the very best your money can buy.
When a stroke happens, every second counts. So don't drive and call 911 to get to the emergency department as soon as possible. At Lexington Medical Center, we're pleased to serve our community. As a certified primary stroke center, our acute stroke team rapidly evaluates patients and provides them with the fastest treatment possible. This specialized care limits the chance of brain damage and